Hello and welcome to Red Gaming Tech. My name is Amata. Today is the 8th of December and I'm here as always to give you your daily dose of your latest gaming news. This time I'm bringing you a little bit of a follow-up from a previous piece of news I did regarding a rumour that Telltale might be working on an episodic Game of Thrones series. And well, Telltale have actually confirmed that they are indeed working on a Game of Thrones series for 2014. Now, this was teased during the VGX Awards very briefly, and I will try and link the video in the description if you guys want to check it out. I highly recommend you do so. But they didn't really give any further information on the series other than the fact that it's in early development stages. Now, the series will be including Telltale Games' trademark use of narrative choices, an interesting decision given that the story is already well developed, so we'll be seeing it follow the main story of the books that we are seeing already covered in the Game of Thrones series from HBO, or will it go on a little bit of a sidetrack and perhaps explore some of the characters who we haven't seen as much of, or perhaps even some prequel to the Game of Thrones series / Song of Ice and Fire books? That could be an interesting choice. They may just go with the storyline from the books / TV series, but that seems a bit of an odd choice, given that they like to basically play around with the story, make their own story, if you will. And then, of course, give the player the option to make their own choices. And you can't really do that if you're following the track of story that everyone already knows, especially since they're going to be starting from essentially Season 1 and then working their way up. It seems unlikely, but it's possible, I suppose. I just think that knowing Telltale, they want to take on a little bit more interesting chunk of story. George R.R. Martin's world is huge and the number of characters is massive, so there's a lot of paths they could take. Now, the teaser trailer did use that TV series music, and the project is being worked on in conjunction with HBO, so it will be tying into the narrative of the TV show in some way, but we don't know exactly how. I don't think HBO is going to want this game following it exactly, and I don't think Telltale are going to want that either. But of course, it is going to be linked in some way. So it'd be interesting to see how exactly they deal with it. Sadly, they didn't give any information on what characters are going to be appearing, or who you even play as, or anything really. I don't know who I'd want to play as, really. It's a tough choice. There's a lot of really cool characters, and if you want to follow the the Song of Ice and Fire books, you would actually have to switch characters per chapter, because that's how George writes it. Each chapter is from the perspective of a different character, you know, be it Sansa or Arya or whoever, you know, it's from their perspective. So they could do it that way, and I think if they want to keep that Game of Thrones vibe, they need to switch it up a little, but we'll have to see. I'm definitely interested, to say the least. Telltale, of course, made the excellent Walking Dead, and the still excellent The Wolf Among Us. So I have no doubt that this game is going to be enjoyable. I'm just kind of curious on the finite details. Anyway, that is me done for this video. However, I want to hear some thoughts from you guys. What would you like to see in this series from Telltale? What characters would you like to see? And what sort of setting and sort of time period in the storyline would you like to see? Or would you like to see it take on a little bit the storyline that perhaps the TV series hasn't had a chance to cover yet? Because, well, you have to cut something when you're making a TV series, right? So there are some stuff that has been missing. Nothing major, of course, but still. Anyway, that is me done for this video. Hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.